Welcome to another episode. Let's see plans. I'm your host KD, and today we have a special guest. She's a fitness trainer and she's a mom of three. Welcome, KJ. How you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. What inspired you to start your fitness journey?
Actually, I've been in fitness for a very long time. Just in general, of being an athlete as a kid. I always
Okay.
told myself if I did have children that I wanted to make sure that I was healthy, and capable of enough of being able to play with them, instead of just sitting and watching. So I just wanted to be very active.
Okay. What has been the most rewarding part of your fitness journey so far?
Results. I've been in different areas of doing completely cardio, trying to lose weight. And
Okay.
this time around, I went directly to weights and weight only. Just
Okay.
seeing the drastic changes between those both, really targeting different areas after, setting different goals every other month or something, and just really seeing the results of, makes me want to push harder. Yeah.
Okay. What's your type of workout or activity you like to do?
So my favorite, anything lower body, so glutes, anything that's going to get my quads together. I love that. I'm a huge fan of abs. One of the things that I love the most about anything that I'm working on, whatever I'm utilizing, whether it's a dumbbell, whether I'm on a machine, I try to do as many different exercises on that machine, even if it doesn't make sense, because whatever I'm targeting, I can feel it. So that's what I enjoy, just making things up. A lot of folks who join with me, whether I'm training or just friends who want to just work out, they literally are running. They always say I put them through craziness, but yeah, I enjoy it.
Okay. So what made you want to be a fitness trainer?
At first, it was just for me, but as I started really getting a lot of folks coming directly to me and just asking questions about my journey and what kind of tips I can give them, and then
Yeah.
actually training, it's just being able to see their eyes light up, giving them direction on how they can set their own goals. And then even them
Mhm.
coming back and saying, you have no idea how much this has helped me. It's only been a week and I already feel better. Because to me, it's a holistic approach. It's not necessarily what you feel like on the outside. If you feel good on the inside, that's going to make you push even harder. And I was told this a long time ago by a really good friend of mine. How you look on the outside, regardless of what your body looks like, really will define how you go about your day. So don't just
Okay.
get up and put on sweats or whatever, like dress for the day, like do your face, whether you wear
Mhm.
makeup or not, like a routine of your hair and get it together. Because if you come to the gym dressed as if you don't belong here, you know what I mean? You're not going to push your hardest. When you walk past a mirror, that's like your reflection of, okay, girl, you got to get it today, you
Right.
know? hmm
No, you're right. So you being a trainer, how do you keep your clients motivated? Because like you said about, you mentioned about pushing yourself, stuff like that. So how do you motivate your clients to keep pushing?
So not only just with my advice, I do have a social media platform, whether it's on TikTok, or on Instagram, but I'm
Yeah.
very big on just really spreading what it is that I know. So
Okay.
whether it's conversation, whether it's motivational conversation, things that I may share, but it's the videos that I work out too. I'm not just talking. I'm very big on I show up and I show out. So what you see on my results, that I didn't get this by going to no surgery. I didn't get this by just sitting around.
Right.
It's hard work. And I pride myself on that. I don't like being put in positions where you tell me you want something and then you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
That you're messing with me at that point in time. So we have to be very serious about our life, and how we want to live.
Yeah, I admire that. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of parents don't take their health serious,
hmm
and sometimes a parent health can be a burden onto the children.
I
And
agree.
yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I like to stay fit. Because I don't have children, but I do want to have children, and I want to able to run around with them and do things. And the older I get, I don't want to be 56 years old on medication and can't do certain stuff. Now I might not can't run or jump as high as I used to, but I want to, you know what I'm saying. So I really admire that about you. So
Yeah, speaking on that, I will say that I get a lot of folks who they do so much weightlifting, and the one thing that I always tell them, make sure that you are stretching. Mobility is everything. You have people
mm,
walking around with hunchbacks, literally leaned over at the age of 55. And the reason behind that is because you're lifting all this weight and you're getting stuck. You have to be able to stretch those muscles and get your body to remember this is how it operates, and it has to be continuous. You have people that don't stretch at all. You have some that do a little bit, but you literally have to take that holistic approach to really get every part of your body to understand how you want it to be future wise.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, I'm gonna take your advice. I don't stretch enough. I ain't gonna lie. Like I do a lot of cardio, so I
Mhm.
play a lot of basketball. So sometimes I just go hoop and don't stretch, and I feel it afterwards, or when I wake up. And funny you said that because when I was in school, when I was in college, I had a gym class, and what you just said, my teacher had said the same thing about stretching, and that's why people walk around with the hunchback and stuff like that. So what I want to ask, how often should a person should stretch?
It should be every day. It should be every day. I
Okay.
suggest doing at least once a day, at least for 20 to 30 minutes. You
Okay.
really have to find ways to stretch, and it shouldn't be no let me reach one. You should really be taking your time to stretch. And if I can't touch my toe today, I'm gonna try again tomorrow. I'm gonna try it again tomorrow. You have to set goals even with stretching.
Okay.
Hmm.
I like that. I like that.
Hmm.
I like that. So now we spoke. You said you like semi-vegan.
Yes,
Your
yes.
diet.
So
Explain that. Explain that.
So the vegan journey has been interesting. Protein for me is really big. I'm big on
Okay.
gains right now, and I've had to find my ways of how can I go completely vegan and make sure that I'm getting all the protein that I need. I came across a brand called Only What You Need, and it's a vegan protein shake that's plant-based. It gives you about 20 grams of protein. And that is a place that I'm shifting into of possibly having to take a little bit more of those shakes
Okay.
than normal just to be able to meet it. I've also been taking something called No Cow, which is non-dairy.
Okay.
Just really trying to find ways that is nutritious for my body and staying away from all that processed food, even seafood, which is a little bit hard for me. But my goal is to go 100% vegan by the end of this year. So only got a
Oh,
month
okay.
and something left. But I am so big on veggies that I can go to a whole steakhouse and just get all the sides and be good.
Okay.
So it's not a problem for me now. Years back I would say yes, but I'm just very into anything that grows for sure.
So what made you want to change to a vegan diet?
Same thing, just with life. I could see the difference. I could see the difference in my body and how it makes me feel, how I process it. Whatever goes in has to come out in some way. And as we
Right.
get older, we have to understand that our bodies are going to adjust to the changes, whether it's stress, whether it's babies, anything in life. Your body is going to tell you if it's okay or if it's not, and you have to adjust accordingly.
Yeah. Now you right on that one. Just I don't know if you know this. I don't want to tell you something you don't. I don't want to tell you something you already know. But just because it's vegan, don't mean it's healthy.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Because like I found out about Beyond Meat, that's not good to eat.
No, no.
I still eat it for as of right now, but I'm planning on switching it. But I've been on TikTok and I use I'm not saying I'm trying. I hate using the word trying. I am leaning to start using chickpeas as my meat substitutes.
Yes, yes. That's my
Yeah.
favorite. That and quinoa.
Okay.
What I will say when they talk about things that are beyond meat or anything that's in the frozen sections, literally try to figure out how you can make it yourself. That's where that vegan and let
Mm,
me do it on my own instead of just store bought. Like we all get so used to I can just warm it up real quick. But meal prep. I'm very big on meal prepping. I love doing that at home. The only thing that I really get that's microwavable because I can't stand making quinoa is
okay.
literally quinoa packages, and not every store sells them. But that's a good source of protein as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Cause see, I ain't gonna lie. I be lazy sometimes, and so I just cause I go buy out. I go get me a little vegan burger, and I buy out and be lazy. So by you telling me that, that give me more motivation. I'm gonna do that.
Good,
Get my
good.
shit together. But
Hmm.
so I want to ask her like, what keeps you motivated to keep going in the gym?
My personal goals obviously are one of them. I feel like every time I get to a space where I achieve something, I see something more that I want to do.
Hmm.
Um, and then also too, I love to travel and I want to be able to go to these places and feel confident within myself on the
Hmm.
inside and the out. because I'm not just working on myself on the outside. I do a lot of self-care, love, whether that's meditating while stretching or just in general. I have something called Reset Sundays where I'll just come and if you are a lover of the Lord, praise and worship and just really be in awe of God's grace.
Yeah.
I'm also very big on reading books, anything that motivates me and makes me understand certain things about my emotions, my
Yeah.
intelligence, and how I can push further with that because I'm a really big believer in you're an example for this world no matter where you're walking, whether
Right.
it's with your kids or you're just outside, somebody is watching you and you have to lead accordingly.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, you right on that one. So like, how do you feel mentally after a workout? Cause see, before you answer,
Amazing.
cause like when cause see, I like to do cardio,
Mhm.
and I feel like rejuvenated after I'm done doing cardio. So how does fitness help you with your mental health?
It's pushed me. It's pushed me. This is my safe space. A lot of people find their own, and in the gym or just fitness in general really puts me in a space where I'm like, I can continue. It sets the tone for my day,
Yeah.
regardless of what I'm doing. Especially if I'm training someone, I know that I've done over and beyond whatever that goal may be.
Mm,
But I literally am like, I just want to stay in here some more. Can I do something else? But I know I
yeah.
can't be in here all day. But yes, I feel really good mentally. Emotionally, it puts me in a good space. Like this is where I cry. This is where I worship. This is where, I'm talking to my girls about life. Like whatever it is, this is that safe space for me.
That's good. No, that's
hmm
good. That's good. Now, what is your so what advice would you give to someone just starting their fitness journey?
You need to make sure that your goals are exactly what it is that you want them to be. If your mental is not there, you're not going to get there in any way, shape, or form because your
Mm,
mental will literally be that gas that you need. So if I
right.
say I'm coming into the gym today and I'm working lower body, but I come to the gym and I don't do that and I'm just sitting around moping or I'm talking, I'm not getting nowhere. So that's why
Right.
I'm very big on how I take my clients. I have a whole consultation where I'm going through all these lists of questions because I want to know where you are mentally now, where you've been in the past, what has put you in spaces where you don't even want to come and do the work.
Mm,
Because at the end of the day, again, it's all about a holistic approach. It's not just come here and leave. This should be a 24/7 type of vibe. Not workout 24, but I'm just saying your
I
mindset
get
of
it.
tomorrow I'm gonna go again. The next day I'm gonna go again. You have to be able to set those days. And a lot of people are like, well, maybe tomorrow or maybe I'll do it next week. Stop making all these excuses. You're not gonna
Right.
get anywhere.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right on that one. You're right on that
Mhm.
one. So before we switch topics, you mentioned about um when people always keep lifting weights and they be all, the the side effects of lifting weights. Now, you think lifting weights is bad?
No, 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 because I'm a weight trainer. I
Oh, okay.
love the weights, honey. That's where I'm primarily at. I'm very strong, and I feel like that's where people really need to go more so than cardio. So it really depends on what your goals are. I literally do
No.
cardio maybe twice a week, and it's not that long. But whenever you lift the weights and then you switch over to cardio, you're burning all that unwanted fat. So you're targeting those areas that you don't even want anymore. But with these
Uh,
weights, you're toning those areas, right?
yeah.
My biggest thing is whenever you're on weight so much, you're not like stretching and really getting your body to move the way that it should. You're just big on bulking up and that's it. Some men are
Uh,
very into that because you see it more so with men than you do women in general. But I do
I agree.
question in my head, your body shapes just look different
Nah,
if
for
you're
real. No.
focused on one area. Yeah.
No, no, no. You're right on that part. So, this is my last question about fitness. Well, ain't not my last question, but before we switch topics, do you have a favorite workout playlist or song that keeps you energized?
So So during my meditation vibe, which is like 20, 30 minutes, I'll do anything meditation level, anything that's like very chill, sometimes a little gospel, very like, soft tone. If
Yeah,
I'm hitting weights, I'm very big on Afro beats, so it's hard for me not to like get my life together.
yeah.
But I feel like if I enjoy dancing so much, and so I just kind of incorporate whatever it is that I'm working out. I also box, and so whenever I'm boxing, I listen to rap, and I go kind of really into that good music that just makes you feel good. And when you hit things and find like your mobility of how you move and stuff. So yeah, it's a little bit different.
Oh, okay, okay, that's what's up. That's what's
Hmm.
up. Yeah, for me, I like straight rap. I gotta be
Hmm.
locked in. Yeah, rap. Throw some DMX. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, yeah. I need
Yeah.
that. I need that edge to keep me locked in. Um, so you being a mom,
Hmm.
how do you balance the demands of being a mom and a fitness trainer?
I'm very big on trying to kill two birds, maybe three or four with one stone.
Okay.
So my routine consists of really trying to do things when they are busy.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so if kids are at school, then I'm hitting the gym. Kids are
Hmm.
doing activities, and it's like, like I have a daughter right now that's a USA gymnast, and so she is very big on conditioning.
Okay.
And she's in the gym 3 times a week for at least 3.5 hours, really getting her routines together and just being able, from a mom standpoint, watching my 12-year-old really define her body in the way that
Mm,
she has with gymnastics has been incredible, just to, watch and see all of that. So I'm just really big on trying to find ways that I can still be a mom and then shift over to areas that I can like heal, all these different stones, these different birds with one stone, to be able to kind of balance it all. Not everybody has that because I do
right.
multitask sometimes very well, but also I do kind of get a little overwhelmed, which I have to like reset and like, okay, let's try again, you know?
Yeah. No, no, for sure. So like, does are your kids going is vegan or
No, no,
because
no, no. No, it's just me. It's just me right now. My kids do watch and see, and I do introduce them, but they're not ready for that phase yet.
no, I understand that. No, I definitely understand that.
Hmm.
So how has becoming a mom not has becoming a mom. You been a mom, has that changed the way you approach fitness?
It does. Just more so in the sense of I want my kids to see that this is life. It's not something that should be taken lightly, and if you want to live
Mm,
long and be able to spread that and be an example to other people, you should. Like all my kids are athletic. I love it. I'm very
okay.
big on. I'm that person that will go to a soccer field and be out there for hours. And everybody's kids can come play with me. So I really try
That's
to show
good.
my kids that yeah, we're all in it together. Get them
So
active.
so what's your advice for a mom who's struggling to work out and, you know, being a parent?
I feel like prioritize. You have to be able to choose yourself first. Our older
Yeah.
generations, we are used to seeing our parents and our grandparents work like crazy, come home and sleep and repeat, and that's it. But we
Yeah.
have to be selfish, even as moms. Selfish with our
Mm,
time, selfish with our love. We have to be able to pour back into us. And that may seem a little off to other people, um, but if you're not okay, nobody else is going to be. If you're not smiling, nobody else is going to be because your kids will see things in you before you even see them.
yeah.
So that's a advice right here.
Yeah, and I agree with that because when my dad, he didn't take care of he did not take care of his health like he's supposed to, and I remember like how he would work long hours, and then the only thing he worked long hours, go home and go to sleep and repeat it, and he's not being active,
Mhm.
you know, and watching that made me not like that inspired me to be active because like I said, I want to be active as a father, stuff like that. So yeah, I really admire that. When I see a parent who's active and the kids active, you know, that's bonding time too on top of that, you know.
Yeah,
You
definitely. I
yeah,
get a
you
lot of people that'll be like, "You have 3 kids?" Yes, I do. I do.
yeah,
And
I
I'm
was
very proud to say that.
so what age is you say you got a 12-year-old and what the other two?
My oldest is 18, then a 12-year-old, and then my youngest is 5.
Damn, you got an 18-year-old?
Yeah, I
Wow.
do.
Wow, we never thought
Hmm.
that. No, that's what's
Hmm.
up though. No, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, now to change topics. And no, before we change topics, we were talking about dieting.
Hmm.
Now, what is your favorite top three, top 10 fruits?
Fruit. So I'm not a fruit girl, not like I used to be. And I would
Hmm,
say because of the sugar. So
okay.
because I've transitioned so much, salt and sugar really hits me harder than it has before. My palate is so different that if it's too sweet, I don't want it. So every now and again, like I'm a banana girl because I do that in anything. It's not as sweet because I mix it in with like other things. But grapes maybe. But yeah, I really don't. I don't dip and dab in sweets like that anymore for fruit.
Okay, okay. Ah. I would never. Okay, I heard people say that about like they don't eat fruits because the sugar stuff like that. But so to switch topics, now you told me you in school getting your DBA, I think it's called.
Yeah, I'm getting my doctorate in business.
Okay, now what inspired you to go back to school?
So I've been in school for a while. I graduated a couple years back with my master's, and so I wanted to pursue my doctorate. I'm first generation of all levels of education, higher than high school,
Hmm.
on both sides of my family. And so I wanted, because of that, and I wanted to show my kids that no matter of your circumstances, you're still able to continue to reach as high as you want in life.
Hmm.
And what I've always told myself since I was a kid, even writing my own book, still in the process of doing that, that I'm going to be the first doctor, no matter what area that. So I'm just excited for my kids just to be able to see their mom, be able to juggle everything in life and still have my own dreams and aspirations and accomplishments.
No, that's good. Yes, that's good. Um, now you mentioned about being an author, a book.
Hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
now, what made you want to start writing your own book?
My life was not easy as a kid. And as
Mm,
time went by, I have a story to tell. And I feel like it's important that we all tell our stories in some way. I'm very big on giving someone information about my life that can possibly help them now or in their future.
yeah.
Very big on letting people know that they're not alone. Life is very hard. Um, and we all are related in some way, shape, or form to that. So I'm just excited to, really be able to get it out there officially.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
No, that's good. I believe that's the whole purpose of me starting this podcast because I believe people testimonies can inspire someone, whether that's
yep.
fitness, mental, spiritually. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I can dig that. I can dig that. So you mentioned about the things you went through growing up. If you don't mind sharing, like without getting into details, all up to you.
Mhm.
But like, what are the things that you had to overcome?
So I was in foster care throughout my childhood. My
Mm,
mom and dad wasn't really capable of doing, certain things as other parents. I was in many different homes, homeless. Uh, I was a teenage mother. Um, so I was looking for love in a lot of wrong places and just really trying to find someone to see me. You know what I mean?
got it.
Um, and no one can actually look at anyone and say, I know what you've been through in life.
Hmm.
But whenever you start sharing your story, people are in awe of where you come from. That's another reason why my education is so important. Because when I was a kid, that's the only place that I had to run to. School was my safe haven. My teachers were my parents.
Mm.
So yeah,
It's funny you said that because I had an interview with somebody who was a teacher, and he mentioned that how the teachers be sometimes the parent of the students, and how school be their safe place.
yep,
That's crazy. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. So like
very true.
you, so you been like you been in foster care to like, how did that make you feel as a person? Did you feel like did you feel like you know unwanted in a way? Because I'm
Very
only
much
saying
so.
because I'm only saying that because I don't know what it's like to be in that situation, but I know if I was to be in that situation, I only can imagine on how I would feel.
Yeah, unwanted, abandoned, trust issues, always feeling like if you did the right thing, somebody would reciprocate it, and a lot of times they don't.
Right.
You're let down a lot in life, and the people that you think that would be there for you the most are incapable of it. Not saying that they can't, but
Yeah.
everybody's life is hard, right? You don't know their story. But
Right.
I'm a firm believer in when you realize that you have an opportunity to change your life, you have to take responsibility on how to move forward. And whatever little steps that may be. And as you get older, take bigger ones.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I agree 100%. So, how did you deal with the trauma that you went through? Did you went to therapy or like?
At that time, no.
Okay.
There that the a lot of resources were not really available. I'm one of six, honey. So being one of six, there's a lot. Um, what I will say is that I had two choices. I can either go down the wrong path and really indulge into really like a lot of negative things, or I had the choice to choose my life. And I tell my son to this day, he saved my life. I was really, really in a bad space. Not sure what I was going to do, who was going to love and take care of me. But
Mm,
my son saved me, and he made me realize that I still had hope, that there was still someone out there that would see me, regardless if they were an example, a mentor, or something.
right.
So that's what kept me pushing. Was just to know that I was going to make it. My hope, my faith, all that.
That's good. That's good. So anyone that's, you know, experienced what you have experienced in your life, foster care, homeless, other things. What's your advice to them to not to be stuck in that victim mentality?
Be very picky on who you choose to mentor, no matter who they are in your life. Your relationship statuses really matter. Be very genuine and open, very selective, because who you choose will really, you know, put you in a space of how you travel. And if you're
Right.
going to utilize those downs, use them as motivation for your ups as much as possible. You're not the only one. We've all have a lot of life, traumas that we're dealing with.
Right.
And whenever you're able to utilize resources, find ways, because right now there's way more than they were back in my day. We didn't have,
Mhm.
access to a lot of stuff right now, but there are people out here who will help even to this day. I actually have a nonprofit that I've been working on for a long time, that's dedicated to folks like myself or people who are in need of whatever, that would really push them to direct contact with people who can give them what they need, whether it's food or diapers or shelter, um, jobs, things like that. Because just if I'm a drug addict, help me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I myself, and I told this to a friend of mine, I'm not more valuable than anybody else on this earth, and you aren't either. So we
Hmm.
all have to treat each other respectfully because I don't know your story and you don't know mine.
I agree because yep, I agree 100% because, you know, I feel like what I have, you can have the same or more. We all got to treat each other equally. And like you said, with respect, I definitely agree with you on that part. So, all the things you've been through, is it hard for you to date?
It's
Cause
not
you,
necessarily.
cause I mean, I'm gonna be straightforward with you. You're very attractive, so it's like, what's like I don't, how can I don't want to say, I don't want to word this the wrong way, but
Hmm.
um, man, how can I word this? Because I don't want to word it in the wrong way. So basically, it's that let me ask you this way: how's your dating life? Things you've been through, like how's your dating life? I ask
It,
you that way.
it's interesting. It's very interesting. And what I will say, because of my personality, I'm a very emotionally intelligent person. I think emotionally, and I've actually been in the space where I'm trying not to think so much emotionally because um, it could just put me in spaces where I don't want to go. What I
Mm,
will say with dating, I'm very selective. I'm not here for everybody. I know my worth, I know my value, I know what I bring to the table. And just because you see me on the outside, you don't know me.
right.
You know, you have to be very interested in understanding my past, my present, and my future, in
Hmm.
order for me to even give you time of day. Um, so yeah, I'm not that girl that's just like, hey, let's go out on a date. No, you got to earn it. And I feel like us women, we have to take more control over how and who we give our energy to. Because it's important. Not everybody deserves it.
Nah, for real. And you mentioned about emotionally intelligent. 'Cause that's one of my favorite words. I like to tell people like it's a lot of people that I personally know lack emotional intelligence. So the people that's listening, explain your definition of emotional intelligence.
So for me, it's just more so of being in tune with who you are. It's not necessarily emotions in general. But if you know who you are and the emotions that you present and what you give, and then also what it is that you want to reciprocate from others, you
Hmm.
have to be very strategic with how you move with that.
Right.
Because if I ask you a question, your answer to that question is either going to make me interested or it's not. And if it does make me interested, I'm going to dig deeper. Tell me more. Give me something else that makes me want to hold on a little bit tighter to you in some way, you know?
Hmm. No, yeah, no, for sure, no, for sure. Because Like for me, like when I say emotional intelligence, like I feel like some people don't know how to approach a situation.
Hmm.
They don't think before they approach it. They just do it, and they don't have the self awareness or the understanding on why a person handled it that way. And that's
Yep.
why I be saying to certain people, I'm like, you gotta have the emotional intelligence on. Like I ain't saying my emotional intelligence is the best, but sometimes just take self out the situation and think about why a person doing it, what they, why a person did what they did. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I agree. Handling it, because if I'm in a situation where someone says something that may sound very disrespectful, how I
Mhm.
respond to that will determine not only just my character, but how I handle things.
Right,
You
right.
know, so am I engaging? Am I trying to understand? Because you never know what somebody's day is having. Some
Hmm.
people are like, "Oh, why did you say it?" No, why would I? Because the
Right.
energy that I'm giving out is what? Either I'm gonna understand where they're coming from or I'm not, you
Nah,
know?
for sure. So these are my last couple of questions. Now, I can tell. Don't please if you get offended, please tell me.
Hmm.
I can tell you can be dominant sometimes. Am I right?
Very, very.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I
Hmm.
can, I can, I can peep. I can peep. So, how can a man keep you in your feminine
To
energy?
keep me soft.
Yeah, because like to your defense, not say your defense, but women in defense. Sometimes a woman have to stay in the masculine energy just because of
Hmm.
things they went through in their life. Um, Sometimes men can walk over them, stuff like that. So it's like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a protective shield they gotta
Yep.
have.
Yep.
So for you
Yep.
being a woman, how can a man keep you in your soft girl era, as they say?
So I am a woman of many walls, and I think that it's just a set of boundaries that we have to be able to adjust as needed throughout life,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's not just geared towards women. I think as you get older, it's geared towards everybody, family, friends, and all. Um, but to have me in a soft era, I have to feel safe. I have to feel protected. I have to know that you really want to know me internally. And what I provide for you is actually beneficial for your life and where you see us in the future. Um, I don't want to be in a space where you can come and talk to me and it's 2 days and you expect so much from me. That's
Mm-hmm.
not, that's not okay. You have to be able to take your time and really get to know somebody for who they are and not be afraid to dig deeper into those spaces that are ugly.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I share the most with some of my friends is, do you want to be in a space where somebody can love you where it hurts? Those are the spaces that make you feel like somebody can take that and keep it safe, lock it away, put it in a box, but
Mm-hmm.
be very mindful of watching. I'm very observant,
Yeah.
and being observant is a really good thing. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
being too observant can be a lot, but again, there's that emotional, intelligence comes into play whenever you are observant. But it can save you in a lot of spaces where you don't even want that. Hmm.
Yeah. No, you have to be, because when you're not observant, that's when you become naive.
Yep.
You know. Nah, I definitely feel on that one. So, it's my two last questions. Basically, what I'm asking you, you being a woman, what do you think a man can do better to keep a woman in her feminine side?
I think to stay connected emotionally, I feel like if you have a connection where you can be in tune with each other, that's important. It should not be surface level. I feel like a lot of men are very, I'm going to show you one side of me, and you may not see the other side for another 10 to 15 years, or unless something happens, and then I have no choice but to show you who I am. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like men have to lead with intention, and they have to be intentional with the sides of them that are ugly, just like us women. If
Mm-hmm.
if women feel that a man can come to them in that type of way, that's a whole nother level of love on both ends.
Right. I agree 100%. I agree. I feel like if well, I'm 29, so I'm still learning. But so far that I've been learning is that some women can trust you and make them and they feel safe. Then yeah, because I've been in situations where I didn't make a person I was dealing with feel safe,
Hmm.
but that was me having lacking emotional intelligence. You know what I mean. So, but the last question I want to ask you: what values are you looking for in a man?
So the values that I look for, and I don't even just want to say men, but I just think in people in general.
Okay.
It's somebody who knows themselves. You know, you have to be able to dig deeper in figuring out those layers of you, peel them back, unravel that chain, because you're not even going to know who you are until you do that. And so when
Yeah.
someone can show up and say, you know what, this is me, these are all these layers, I'm not giving them to you one at a time. These are more so over time, obviously, because you have to build that trust. But don't give me surface level stuff and then inklings of what you could be. And then all of a sudden, we're years down the line, and you now want to show me this real version of you that I really don't like. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to be able to be vulnerable enough to open up like that. So that's where my mind goes immediately when someone tries to introduce themselves.
Definitely. Nah, you're right. Look at you. Yeah, very mature. I like that. I like that. Before I let you go, I forgot to ask you this. You mentioned about being in a group home. Sorry, not group home, but in a foster home, stuff like that. One of the questions I want to ask: have you forgave your parents?
I have.
Okay.
So I'm very big on forgiving and moving on. I still have connections with my mom. I love her dearly. I tell her that we may not have a bond as some other, parents do, um, but I'm here for it. With my father, unfortunately, that's a situation that I just don't want to be a part of. You don't necessarily have to forgive someone and be a part of their life or to verbally tell them that I forgive you. But if your heart is free from those situations, there's no reason. Again, I'm a firm believer in at the end of the day, I don't know what my mama went through, all her life and the people before her and who did what to her. So I am the last person to judge her. Yes, I felt some type of way as a kid and watching other people have their
Right.
mothers and fathers around, but holding on to just hardship like that is not going to do nothing for myself or my kids.
Yeah, for sure. I can relate far as forgiving my parents because certain things that my parents had done that it took me a long time to forgive. And as I got older, I understand why they did what they did, even though
Hmm.
it affected me. But as an adult, I got, I say I got don't make sense. But as I got older, I understand. And like my dad told me, a book wasn't given on how to be a parent. So
Exactly.
yeah, so certain stuff, I had to let go. And then to like you said, when you hold that stuff in, that stuff can kill you.
Yeah, you just have to right the wrongs. I will say that our parents teach us, no matter if it's right or wrong, right, how we want to pursue in life. So the things that my mother wasn't capable of doing or the presents that my father did not give made me want to be more and beyond for my own babies or my friends and my family. And so I love them for that. They were given tools that they only knew how to use, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, you're right. You're right. Well, that's all the questions I have. Before I let you go, I want to say that I am extremely proud of you because you didn't let your situation keep you stuck where you at. Because most people be stuck in that victim mentality, and for you to keep going, that right there says a lot about you and your faith in God and stuff like that. So I want to say keep going, keep going.
I appreciate it. I do. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. Until next time.
Yes, thank you for having me.